is back in the starting lineup after a sprained finger and bruised leg. Anthony Davis of Dallas will miss at least 2 games with a strained calf and just 3 games in the NHL.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332-941.
Welcome into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show, a special Halloween edition, week 11 on the docket, All Hallows Eve. Why do you keep looking at me like that? I can see your reflection. You looking over here. Am I doing something wrong, Bubba?
I was just trying to figure out when to. Ooh.
I didn't know what was going on because I could see you out of the corner of my eye, just give me the
Just
evil
watching
eye.
a man getting rhythm.
I mean, I'm just trying to, but it's week 11, playoffs next week, final week of the regular season. Majority of the games last night, a few good games tonight, one big game tonight, Anderson County, Alcoa. But let's first talk a little bit Halloween before we get into all of that. Bubba, how's your Halloween been?
Pretty anticlimactic. Every year we get less and less trick-or-treaters, and this year we had, I think, maybe like 3 total. So I guess that means more candy for us.
More candy for us. Beaver is on the other side of the screen doing the video, doing the calls. How's your Halloween been?
Freezing cold. We
Yes,
sat outside for about 2 hours and passed out candy. We had lots of kids in the neighborhood, so every Halloween we're pretty darn busy. But I understand that Bubba over there has a party to go to later tonight. And is there a costume involved? Did I hear something about it? You want to share anything about that, Bubba?
I do have a costume, but I cannot show it.
Yeah, Bubba's. We're sending Bubba on assignment here very shortly to East Knoxville. No, that'd be, I guess, North Knoxville. He's going to a Halloween party, so he's going to be here briefly, but enough to get into the record books, enough to get into the stats for tonight, I guess.
Yeah, in all this day and age of, sports gambling going bad for NBA players, making it to where, log enough minutes to where they can't avoid the bets for all the people. So there's going to be a lot of...
There's a lot of people betting you wouldn't show tonight, so you've definitely fooled them. Big day here at Fan Run. All the happenings at Calhoun's on the River. We're finishing up tonight here back in the studios. I guess we weren't invited out there tonight. Might have been too cold, too late, too dark. I don't know, but we didn't get the invite.
Did you win the box?
I don't know who won the box. Actually, I've been
curious.
I didn't see the drawing. Haven't heard it. I was been at Home Depot all evening trying to buy some stuff for some home repairs this weekend. I guess I'll catch back up on that later on.
Beaver, did you win the box?
I did not win the box. In fact, Tim and I were talking a little earlier. We don't even know what was in the box. Did you find out what was in the box?
At least a Blackstone griddle. So
that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's all we got.
So either way, 865-966-3435. If you want to chime in tonight, talk some high school football, talk some Halloween candy, talk some home repair. I'm about to dive deep into that the next few months.
If you need a guy for concrete, I am not your guy.
What?
I said if you need a guy to help you pour concrete,
I'm going to have to do something with the driveway. It keeps washing out, so it's going to take some concrete, some pavement, an excavator in there to smooth it out. I don't know what we're going to do there yet. But Thursday night, we had a lot of games. Biggest one being Oak Ridge and Maryville. Had a lot of people say that it'd be a lot closer than what it was all season. And Maryville puts it on Oak Ridge 34-0 last night. Almost has the running clock. Maryville wins the region. Oak Ridge, second place. We was looking at the playoff brackets here earlier, which we'll get into that last segment of the show, but starting to see a lot more teams fall into place. I mean, even after last night, there's a lot of for sure. This team's going to be here. This team's going to be here, and so not. So another big game for me last night. Hammer Blue Devils get their first win of the season over Oakdale, 16-0. Some other scores: Greenville beat Elizabethton 48-7. Farragut beats Cleveland 31-7. Farragut with the win puts them into the playoffs. Knocks Hardin Valley out. As weird as it is, Farragut beat Hardin Valley in the regular season, but if Farragut had lost to Cleveland last night, Hardin Valley would have been in the playoffs over Farragut.
But that's a big turnaround for Farragut, is it not? I mean,
Hardin Valley.
Hardin Valley as well, but Farragut, we started off the season really worried about those guys.
Oh yeah, they started off pretty slow. They still only had, I think, 3 wins on the season. But it was 3 important wins. It was the 3 wins that mattered. Other scores last night: Heritage beats Union County 47-13. Fulton beats South Dual 34-21. Grace beats Notre Dame 42-0. Meigs County, one of the other big games last night for a region championship, beats Kingston 14-10 to win the Region 2 3A title. Midway beats Wartburg 37-7. Northview beats Cherokee 31-13. Pigeon Forge beats Claiborne 50-12. Another big one in past years, not so much this year. Powell beats West 15-3. We'll get Logan in here in a little bit to talk about that one. Bubba, are you excited for the playoffs?
Yeah. A little more competitive games than what we've seen past couple of weeks, so
hopefully. I mean, usually the first round you see some blowouts, so you can knock on wood all you want over there, but first round there's going to be some some running clocks. I don't even know if they have running clocks in playoffs. I guess that's up to the coach's decision. But usually some of those 1 versus 4 games are not the best. Beaver, did you go to the Grace game last night?
Heavens, no. Way too cold for me. I just watched it on Diamond Clear.
All right. Sevier County beats Morristown West last night 40-7. Rockwood beats Greenback and puts themselves into the playoffs 27-14. Tonight, Ray County beat Walker Valley 16-10. Sweetwater beat Scott County 38-25. William Blunt playing for nothing this week since they've played their way out of the playoffs the last few weeks, beats Campbell County 57-7. Bubba, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, but have you seen an Alcoa Anderson County score?
Last I checked, Anderson County brought it within 3, 27-24 with about 6 to go.
Our boy Caleb's there tonight, so hopefully we hear from him in the 10 o'clock hour. Can't get out. We got a few more minutes before break. Don't want to hold you up too long, Bubba, but give us your normally we'd have done this at the end of the night, I feel like, but what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I'm a sucker for Kit Kats, for going chocolate, but I'm a big fan of like a Now and Later.
I've never even heard of that. Beaver, have you ever heard of that?
Good grief. That's a blast from the past. Yeah.
It's kind of like a Starburst, but a little more
it's like a precursor to Starburst. They are, denser. They are harder, but not quite a hard candy. They're still, once they soften up, they are chewable. They're really good. I had completely forgotten about those. Good call, Bubba.
Beaver, what's yours?
Well, as we've talked about before, I'm a big fan of the peanut butter, so I'm always a big fan of the Reese's stuff. I don't know that that's considered strictly a Halloween candy, if that's what you're going for, but I am one of those weird people when it comes to Halloween. I like the candy corn.
Even like the ones with the Harvest Edition where it's got the pumpkin too?
No, I generally stick with the just the original.
Not a candy corn fan myself. I'd rather have Reese Cups, Smarties, and probably the bite-sized Snickers if we're doing top Halloween candy. Bubba, so you can't show us your costume. Can you tell us what your costume is for tonight?
Involving, Hugh Hefner.
Okay, you're going in a robe.
Close.
Nothing under it.
Close.
All right, well.
Did you bring your pipe?
Yeah.
All right, before we get too off the rails, Beaver, send us a break. Bubba, happy trails to you. Have fun at your party. Don't drink and drive, brother.
Appreciate that.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It'll be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car. And as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics.
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Welcome back in to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios here in beautiful West Knoxville. This is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Once again, Bubba has abandoned us. We're doing it by ourselves. We're doing it live by ourselves, trying to get the word out to some people. A lot of games last night, so should be some people that can call in here that are not as busy as they normally would this early in the night. Seeing here on the ticker that Cofield is beating Oliver Springs 48-7 right now. That is for the region championship for 1A, Region 2. That game's at Oliver Springs. Thought that game would be a whole heck of a lot closer than 41 points. I know that Cofield had a player, I want to say Jaden Bunch, set the all-time rushing record for Cofield tonight, around 4,600 total yards in his 4-year career. He's just going to add on to that, as they'll have at least, you'd think, 2 or 3 more games. So may eclipse the 5,000-yard mark, which is pretty big time for a high school athlete. Especially just have a lot of them don't play their freshman year, so
Right, 3 years. That's pretty darn good stats.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we haven't spent a whole lot of time this year talking about one of our partners here at SM Athletics. One of the schools we do a lot of work for is Catholic. What's going on with those guys? They stand a chance of doing anything in the postseason this year?
Well, I'm trying to see what they've done tonight. That Division II playoff bracket is so different than how Division I's set up. You got teams with byes. There's nowhere near as many teams. But currently, Catholic is at Baylor tonight down in Chattanooga. Baylor with the 5-star running back that I don't know if he's taking his official visit to Tennessee this weekend, but I can't think of his name. Kid's from Canada, but transferred to Chattanooga Baylor. Catholic is losing 49-14, which would put them about 5-4 on the year if they lose. But again, the playoffs, I'm not sure how many teams from each region in Division II go into the playoffs. So right now they're 4th in their region. So I have to look that up. Beaver, because I'm not as familiar with the Division II stuff because just not around it as much.
It's just something we hadn't talked a whole lot about.
No, we don't talk about them enough. I mean, because they've got one of the best players here in Knoxville, Tyreek King. Then they got another kid there that's committed to Notre Dame, I believe.
Yeah, so they've got 2 big-time athletes over there, even though they're not having the best season.
No, I want to say they're doing a little bit better than they did last year. Got a few new coaches over there this year. They gained Josh Jones from Bearden after he was let go over the summer. So trying to get a few more finals in here from tonight with stuff rolling in. Hampton beat Cloudland 54-22. Last night, Gibbs beats Carter 31-28. East Ridge beats Sequoia 34-6. Sequoia finishes the year 0-10 for the however many years in a row, as our one listener likes to talk about them. East Hamilton beats McMinn County 42-28. McMinn County started the season very well. And I'm wanting to say this may be their 4th loss of the year now, finishing 6-4, something around that. Had a really hot start. Eagleton beats Oneida last night 40-7. Eagleton and Oneida in the same region in 2A. Every team in that region makes playoffs. 4-team region. When you've got some regions out here in 6A and in 1A with 7 teams, wish they would do something about that. Having 4 teams in a region just makes no sense to me. Concord Christian beats Chattanooga Grace last night, 49-13. Chattanooga Grace, they have no relation to Grace Christian up here to these.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't believe they do. We don't. I didn't even know they existed until we started doing this show and started following the high school football around the area.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with them. Y'all, I mean, Grace Christian, they don't have any kind of sister school or anything out of state or anything, do they?
No.
I know some schools do that.
No, nothing like that.
CAK beats Lakeway Christian last night, 33-8. Bradley Central beats Bearden 44-6. Bearden, I'm wanting to say, finishes 0-9 on the year. I think their first game was that weather week that got canceled. Boyd Buchanan beats Webb 55-6 last night.
How much do we know about that Boyd Buchanan team? They are continuously, every year they seem to be a powerhouse, and this year they have just rolled through their season, have they not?
Well, I mean, they've got one of the best coaches in Tennessee high school football history with Gary Rankin.
Yeah, but
coming from Alcoa.
How long has he been there? Just 2, maybe 3 years now? Is that right? I mean, I'm
gonna say this is at least his 3rd year there.
That's a pretty good turnaround for those guys.
But they
right?
weren't. But they weren't down when he took them over. They've always been had a decent program. Anderson County has took the lead over Alcoa 31-30 with 1:28 left. I'm wanting to say they were down, I know it by at least 10 points earlier in the game. Them beating Alcoa is a whole lot bigger of a shocker in week 11 than it was in week 3. Because after those first few weeks, you saw what Alcoa was doing. Anderson County kind of stumbled there for a week or two. And now for them to come back and possibly beat Alcoa and be the region champions, and that's going to be Alcoa's first region loss in a long time.
And that's not just a little bit of a surprise, but the fact that they're losing in the way that they did is maybe a telltale as to not to expect a whole lot of great things from them in the postseason.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, the game's at Anderson County, so that crowd has definitely had something to do with it, I would think. But them giving up that kind of lead that they've had in this game is very unlike Alcoa. Big Bend Central beating Austin East right now 29-14. Halls beating Clinton 41-14. Carnes tries to come back, loses to Central 21-20.
We were watching a little bit of that game here at the office before we got on the air. It looked like Carnes had a couple of touchdowns that were taken away from them by referees keeping the flags in the pocket. We saw a couple of blatant fouls that were not called.
Yeah, not the best. Carnes finishes 3-7, very similar to what they've done last year. Central rolling on to the playoffs. Sevier County 40-7 over Morristown West. They finished 9-1 with their only loss being the Grace Christian this year, which I think that was the week we were on fall break, so we didn't get to talk about it, but just one of the bigger upsets, which Grace Christian having a great year, but one of the bigger upsets of the year, them beating the defending state champion Sevier County and ending their 20-something game win streak.
And it was at Sevier County as well.
It was.
Losing at home is that was very surprising.
Yes. That about covers it for what's going on tonight. If you want to jump in here and talk to us, 865-966-3435. Hopefully I'm hoping once these games go a little bit more final, the TWSAA website updates pretty quick with the for sure playoff bracket so we can get a look at that. A little cold out there tonight, Beaver.
Way too cold for me.
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like the weather absolutely flipped this week.
You know, we were talking about it in my neighborhood as we were mixing and mingling with some other parents out there. For whatever reason, since I have moved back to this area, it has always been cold on Halloween. And I don't know why that is. I mean, that's been, I don't know, 13, 14 years now. And it's, for whatever reason, it always turns cold on Halloween.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't the best weather week. I mean, we say we get those days in September and we say this is football weather. This is football weather. I'd much rather have that than what we're having right now. Not that it's too cold out there, but man, it's just big shock for somebody that likes for it to be in the 80s all the time. As Beaver is back there answering the phone. South Pittsburgh, not in our area, but they're the defending 1A champions, beating up on Whitwell tonight 49-0. They'll be on a collision course, I feel like, with Cofield in that upper bracket of 1A, as it has gone final now in Oliver Springs as they lose to Cofield 48-7. Beaver, who do we got?
First up, we got Brucey on the phone for you. Give me just a second to get him in here. Go ahead.
Brucey, you there?
Tim, I love you, but you're wrong.
South Pittsburgh didn't win last year?
They did not.
I swear I thought they did. I've got short-term memory loss, brother. So you can't hold anything I say true.
I know.
Were they in the championship game?
Yeah, they were there, but we're not from there.
We're not from. Who'd they play?
That charter school from Memphis.
That's right. And they lost.
That was just like world beat. Like, it was unfair. They made South Pitt look bad, but they shouldn't.
What have you seen? What the charter schools done this year? Are they even still around?
I think they got bumped up because, like, Chat Prep, because of the multiplier.
Interesting. Now I'm going to have to go back and look now because I'd forgotten all about that team from Memphis that came in there and beat them.
They ain't been ranked this year. I know that.
Mace. Which they've been around in basketball. I feel like down in Murfreesboro for a few times.
Yeah, I'm honestly have not slept since last night celebrating down here in Decatur.
I don't know about that. I think you went to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. But
big game last night for y'all down in Decatur as you beat the Yellow Jackets 14-10. Side note: Mace is 5-4 on the year, 5-1 in their region.
Are they AA?
They lost they're in there with Mitchell and Sheffield and Bluff City. So if you can tell me what they're in. I'm not sure. That sounds like AA, though. I don't think it'd be AAA. You'd know that, I would think.
It's AA.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out. I want to get some pictures. Shout out to Caden Brewster of Meigs County. 12 carries for, I think, 247 yards last night. Yellow Jackets had no answer for him. Pretty much probably tight, sunk in region player of the year honors. Him or Tough Ricker. Hats off to Kingston. They had a good game plan for the Tigers, but the Tigers had a better game plan.
Do you know who the first round opponent will be?
Yes, it will be Johnson County. I believe they're 2-8. Last I checked, they were losing to Unicoi at halftime, 48-6, I think.
What about the second round matchup? Have you figured out how that's going to play out by playing a team from Region 3 and 4 now in the second round? Is that set up?
It looks like it could be a Watertown type, Watertown or Forest. All that, the quads and all that. It's going to be interesting. New matchups. Seeing Meigs play like a Watertown or a Forest would be cool. I say that'd be cool considering they'd have to come to Meigs County. I don't know how cool it'd be if you had to go there.
I know where Watertown's at. I don't think I've ever been to Forest.
Forest past Nashville. Watertown, you could stop at Demos in Lebanon. Right. But like I said, Meigs will have home field statistically until the quarters, if they face off against. The only team they wouldn't have home field against would be if Gallenberg-Pittman was who they played, which, Gallenberg-Pittman, interesting deal there with them. Yeah, they haven't really played anybody this year, but they're undefeated. They've done all they could. So they beat Unicoi by 1 point. So they're one tough game, 1 point game. Be interesting to see. I will say this about Megs playing Johnson County. From a fan aspect here, I think there should only be 2 teams from each region make the playoffs. I think we should push I know Thanksgiving's there, but that'd be cool to have state championships on Thanksgiving. Let the round ball happen a little earlier, because let basketball start a little earlier. Maybe make baseball. I don't know. I'm a fan of only taking 2 teams. I don't like this.
That's rough on them. Those regions with 7 teams, only 2 of them going to
Rough on the
playoffs.
regions. I agree with you, but Brainerd's a 3 seed, man, because they're in a 4-team region, and they beat East Ridge like 7-6. I'll say this about Brainerd: that's a team that Megs was winning 55-0 at half. I mean, that's not a 3 seed.
No.
That shouldn't be a 3 seed anywhere. No disrespect to Brainerd, Coach Seamster down there. They good, they're just down this year. I feel bad for those Chattanooga schools. They get poached really hard. But I don't know. I don't know what you do. I mean, that'd be saying like an Oliver Springs or a Rockwood shouldn't make the playoffs, which they should. But I mean, sounds like Oliver Springs got boat raced, right?
They did.
Shout out to Benson Napier, Cofield's coach. Got a statistic for you that you might want to use someday. He has never lost a region regular season game as a head coach. I think this is his 5th year at the helm.
Well,
So
I can tell you right now, the Alcoa coach is getting ready to take his first regular season region loss.
That's interesting, ain't it?
I'm trying to go back and check it now, but they were losing by 1 with a minute left. And
My dad,
it has not been updated since. So
Alcoa's last region loss would be, Tim, I believe 2012 versus CAK. You can fact check me, but I believe that was the last one.
Was that the Charlie High days?
It was the Charlie High days. Charlie High, Brett Kendrick, all-time leading pass catcher in America. It got broke a few years ago, but Todd Howe's son. Also a Josh Smith. Josh Smith played on that team. If there's a team that should have beat them, they should have beat them. Very unfair that team was playing 3A public school ball, in my opinion.
Yep. And it is final now. Anderson County wins by 1.
Got to be the upset of the year, correct?
Yeah, especially after the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, because Anderson County kind of stumbled.
I'm gonna show my bias a little bit there and say we got to put Grace beating Sevier County in there a little bit as an upset.
What do you think about Grace Christian, Brucey? What do you think about Grace Christian?
So we're calling a team that can purchase players beating a public school an upset.
Who did they purchase?
I don't. I mean, they have their. I mean, I would assume more than half their teams receiving money to go to school there to play football, right?
I think
you're lying if you say no.
If they're getting paid, this is certainly not half the team. I think that might be a bit of an overreach there, but.
Well, you don't think more than half the team's getting a football scholarship?
No.
I'm being a little, I'm kind of busting your balls a little and sounding like a jerk. I hope you know that. But
no, it's all good, man. I understand what the perception is.
I can make a call. I will make a call tonight or tomorrow, and we will find out the official statistic there because I'm interested now.
Yeah, I am too. I'd love to hear it.
In my opinion, a private should always be the public.
I'm not. If that were the case, you would see the private schools being better than the public schools all the way around all the time. That's just not the way it is. We talked about Catholic earlier tonight. They're not going to do as much as we would like to see them do in the postseason, right? Look at Lakeway Christian, how they are. I think this is their first year for their coach over there, but they really, really struggled this year against everybody. CAK is not very good this year.
They need to get their money. They need to get their money up. They're struggling.
Webb was really down and really
get your
bad
money
this
up.
year, right?
Hey,
so if they're
I'm
paying them,
gonna,
they're not doing a very good job of it. They're not picking the best players to pay. That's for sure.
I'm gonna make a call, and I'll get back with y'all in probably about 20. Okay.
All right, we're going to head to break.
You could be correct. I have not followed this anywhere near as much as you have, so I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Oh, he's on a mission. He's got some.
I'm not going to say you're wrong, but it's going to surprise me if
he's got grace deep in his heart from years ago. All right, baby, let's go to break.
Well, we've got one other call on the line. If you
put him in now, put him in, put him on.
We can put it after the break.
No, bring him on. We ain't gonna make him wait.
You got it.
Now it depends on who it is. I might regret this. So, I hope I don't, but I got a feeling I might.
Surprise him, caller.
You can turn that in.
You there?
Tim, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I got to break some news to you. Hey, don't drive down Charles Severs Boulevard tonight because there won't be nothing but fireworks smoke because Anderson County just won the region championship against the Tornadoes.
That's what
Welcome
we're
to 4A. Welcome to 4A. Alcoa Tornadoes.
I mean, that's
31-30. The Mavericks win it. The Anderson County Bulldogs win it.
Upset of the year is what we're saying.
No, this is wild. So the guy caught the last pass out of bounds, and they wind the clock. They're in field goal range. They don't let them try to kick it. Anderson County wins 31-30. You heard it here first on Fan Run Radio.
So, out of timeouts, didn't get out of bounds.
No timeouts. Alcoa looked absolutely terrible with 1:20 in the last possession, and they somehow, 4th and 24, get a first down. 4th and 12, they throw one to the sideline. The guy falls out of bounds, and they wind the clock in field goal range, and the clock goes dead to end the game. Wild finish for everybody in Anderson.
I would say Alcoa is not used to playing at an away atmosphere like they went through tonight. They play Maryville every other year at Maryville, but I don't think Maryville's a great home field advantage for them. They're just dominant. They don't play anybody like what Anderson County has at home with their fans.
Yeah, they won't shoot. They won't stop shooting fireworks until the sun comes up. Pyro shows will unload the tank down there tonight.
They deserve it.
I'm here for it.
So,
you guys have a.
All right.
Hey, Westchester will give you all the stats, I'm sure, but this is a wild one.
He's on top of it. He's probably on the scene right now, shooting fire. He's probably lighting the bottle rockets.
Y'all be good.
All right, brother. See you.
Appreciate you.
All right, Beaver. Send us to break, please. We'll get back here on the other side. Take some more calls. 865-966-3435.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
We've come a long, long way together, through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. I am your host, Tim Hill. We've got Beaver on the other side of the screen, pushing the buttons, answering the phones, getting the cameras going on. I'm on a mission to find out Alcoa's second-round opponent now because the script has been flipped with them losing. Beaver, do we have a call?
We do. We have the Cookie Man on.
Logan, did you hear how that game ended?
Yes, I did. I've been trick-or-treating all night.
What'd you dress up as, brother?
Kenny Powers. I went eastbound and down and got the Kenny Powers going on, and we had fun and got back to the house, started checking scores. And this one, I was so confident about this one, and not that I thought that AC didn't have a chance, but I didn't check this score while I was out and about. And I come home and look at it late in the fourth quarter, and AC's right there with them. And they pulled it off. What a win for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, they were down by 2+. I know they were down by more than 10. I'm not sure if it was 13 or 15 or 17, but I remember them being down by at least 10 early in the game. Upset of the year, you think?
Yeah, I think it is. And it's kind of funny because previously you would there's two games prior that stick out in my mind, like Grace over Sevier County, but also Gibbs over AC. But now you have AC over Alcoa, so it kind of adds to the mix there. And you just got to wonder, like, J.D. Gillum, what can you say about the kid? I mean, as a freshman, has he played 10, 15 quarters of football his first year in high school, right? He's been out for most of the season, and to come in and have that performance against Alcoa, it makes you wonder, how dominant the Mavericks would have been if they had him all season. But they had Jason Thompson as well that kind of carried the load in his absence with the run game and through the air receiving. And now they got both components. So I think they showcased what they can do. Small sample, one game, but it's probably what we would all say is the most elite team in the area.
Yeah, for sure. Just doing some research right now, and it looks like Alcoa's if all goes to plan, well, I've lost it now. I've lost it. Looks like they're going to play Upperman in the second round, which is a pretty good team. Upperman beat 6A Farragut this year. I was trying to see what they done last year because I thought they made a pretty deep run last year, but can't find it. So just completely throw stuff in 4A upside down.
Yeah, I think the Gibbs folks were already selling tickets and camping out, out there in Corrington. But they're going to have to go on the road now.
Yep. Alcoa will host Cherokee in the first round next week. 5A, is it a little bit more clear?
Yeah, should be. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Powell beating West last night solidified 1 through 4. It would be Powell, Central, Halls, and then West as the 4. So West going to Sevier County, even though, Sevier County is drawing that 1 seed from this Region 2 5A, it's West. Like I can't script a tougher 4 seed opponent, kind of in this area or whatever. So like Sevier County can't sleep on West, so that's going to be tough. And then I know Powell, we get Morristown West. I can't remember who Central and Halls draw, but it's going to come from the Region 1 of 5A.
Yeah, looking at it,
it'd be Tennessee High, Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, one of those.
Yep. Trying to find it. There's still a lot of holes in this one in 5A. Just y'all have got West for sure playing the winner of Walker Valley and somebody. And then Tennessee High.
Yeah, the Region 3 has been bananas as far as going. Like the last 2 weeks of the season is basically a round robin, and I haven't even checked those scores, but I think it was going to be East Hamilton, Ray County, Walker Valley, and McMinn. I think those were the 4 teams battling it out through 1 through 4, and they were all playing each other.
I've got to say, seeing the brackets fill out now, I'm a big fan of this new playoff format with some of these matchups you're going to see in the second round now that you would never have seen until the third, maybe fourth round.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Like you said, it's first glance at it, now that everything's kind of shaked out, I'm kind of digging it. But I will say, you look a little bit deeper, past this coming week, if you're, a Region 4 team from Tullahoma, Lawrence County, you're having to come to Knoxville to play a team. That's got to be a little tough. I can't imagine it being the other way around.
Yeah, I saw Maryville's potential second round game. I know one of the teams it's been filled in. It's Riverdale, so you could have a Riverdale Maryville matchup in week 2 already.
Wow.
And then even worse, second round, Dobbins Bennett playing Farragut. Let's just say Dobbins Bennett wins.
Mm-hmm.
One of the teams that's filled in on the other side is Blackman. So that's Murfreesboro to the Tri-Cities in second round.
Yeah.
So that's a good 5-hour trip.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Some of the talk was, seeing if this kind of separates the fact that, you had so many teams. Like, for example, Powell went to Sevier County in the second round last year. And many thought that you throw in West, that's arguably the top 3 teams in the state in 5A, right? And Powell and Sevier County faced off in the second round there. So kind of separates that a little bit, but we'll see. I'm kind of digging the matchups and how they shake out so far.
Yeah, I'm very interested to wake up in the morning and see the complete bracket. What happened? We haven't really talked about Powell last night, and the nitty gritty of the game. I know you touched on it for a second, but just
yeah, we'll get into it, man. I was telling somebody earlier, it probably couldn't have gone any other way if Powell were to win, right? It's because there's this massive losing streak and this monkey on your back going back to 2021. You just can't get past West, whether it be in the playoffs or for the region title. And you have this situation take place where it's at West. It doesn't mean anything for you if you're Powell in terms of playoff implications, but West is trying to, improve and build on this back half of their season and possibly get a 3 seed. And it was wet and cold and ugly. And you had to be the prettiest one coming out of the pile. And Pal did that thanks to their defense. And that's the key for me. Like, if Pal takes something away from that, and they were all systems go, they didn't hold back. Pal did not hold back in terms of players. And they pulled it out, and it's because of the defense. The defense kind of got ate up a little bit between the 20s, but when it came down to the red zone, the defense tightened up, and you had a score on special teams. You had 3 interceptions. That's if Pal can carry that into the playoffs, and watch out, because we already know what they can do with Deuce Rogers and then Zod Jackson, the speed that they have on offense. So hopefully defensively it's a sign of the things to come for Pal. But like I said, Sevier County, nothing to hang their hat on. They had a strong back half of the season. Going up to Sevier County, man, that's a tough deal for the Smoky Bears to welcome in West very first round.
Yeah. I had something on the tip of my tongue I was going to ask you, and I've lost it. Oh, man, that sucks. It's a good question, too.
Casey Clausen was at West last night.
For what?
So I think I figured it out because I'm thinking, man, are they honoring one of the volunteer teams, from years past at, Saturday? And I didn't see anything on social media or anything like that. I saw a post earlier this evening. I think they did something tonight to honor it's like the national championship team, kind of the guys back. I don't know how specific it was to that year, but it was a lot of those guys from that age.
Yeah.
Phil Fulmer was involved, and I saw some pictures of Casey, and I just thought it was interesting because if I'm not mistaken, he coaches a prep football team.
That's what I thought. He was
in California.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really very, very interesting. Casey Clausen was on the west sidelines. Alex Golish and company on the Pal sideline.
Really?
Checking out. So Iverson Garcia is South Florida commit currently.
Right.
Defensive lineman, 6'3", 300 pounds. Golish had company. I mean, the defensive line coach for the Bulls was with him, and then another assistant. And they stayed the whole game. Made sure to, say their farewell when the game wrapped up. And they're very interested in Navo. Want to keep him in good company. So that was very interesting to see kind of the celebrity status on the sidelines at West and on a cold, rainy night.
Yeah, which I haven't been on social media a lot today, but that's interesting seeing Golish there. I'm guessing they're off. Well, they could.
Yes, South Florida's off this week. I think.
Okay. Well, Logan, what's the cookies like this week?
Oh man, I'm conflicted here between the peanut butter brownie, like the peanut butter but chocolate brownie. So chocolate brownie with the peanut butter spread on top of it. Got the Reese's Pieces kind of mixed in with the peanut butter, and then there's the pumpkin cheesecake cookie. That's what I'm conflicted. So best of both worlds. Might as well get a 6-pack and have those two with many others. They've got the dirt worm cookie, kind of the Halloween flair, right? They've got the Halloween milkshake confetti cookie. So just lots to choose from on a Halloween weekend. So for folks, I know we're wrapping up Halloween, but we got football this weekend, lots more left. And some folks need to go pick up a 6-pack party box for their tailgate, or if they're just going to lounge around, watch some football, and continue some of the Halloween festivities this weekend.
Before you get out here, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Good question. Aside from a crumble cookie.
Well, ain't nobody handing out crumble cookies at the door.
That was actually going to be my question, Logan. If I bring my child to your house for Halloween next year, are you passing out crumble cookies?
Hey, when that moment comes where I'm staked out at the house, that you betcha. But we still got little ones we got to take out and do some things. But I will say this: I got a can of baked beans. when we were trick or treating tonight. So
Tonight? Is that a trick or a
years
treat?
past? Like that happened tonight?
No, tonight. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
tonight.
I'd call that
Tonight,
a trick,
yeah.
not a treat.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking it's totally a trick. So that one will probably go to pantry box or in the garbage. But yeah, I would have to say, man, I don't get too crazy with the sweets unless it's crumble. So I'm good with just a Kit Kat, man, full size, like normal size Kit Kat.
Always a winner, just like Crumble is, as we do appreciate them and appreciate you, Logan. We're here for about 3 more weeks after this Friday night, so hopefully we'll be talking to you all 3 of them. Well,
Yes, sir,
let me rephrase that. We will be talking to you every week for the next 3 weeks. Hopefully you're reporting on the Pile Panthers each time.
It's still alive. Yeah, I gotcha. I'm with you, man. Let's do it.
All right, man, Logan. Talk to you next week.
See you, boys.
Beaver, let's hit a break.
You got it.
Treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party, just like your favorite baseball team. Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It'll be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car. And as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show on this special Halloween edition. Week 11, the regular season is over, and it has went out with a bang, as probably one of the biggest upsets of the year happened tonight. Beaver, do we have a caller?
We do. We've got Caleb on the line.
Caleb, are the fireworks still going off up in Clinton?
I just hung up on Caleb.
My God. Caleb, I'm sorry. He's hung up on you.
You think I'd learn, right? But no. Oh, somebody's calling in as we speak.
Well, let's answer the phone, brother. Caleb was at the Anderson County Alcoa game tonight, so I have a firsthand about how it went. Firsthand account, I guess you could say. As we had one caller earlier saying the fireworks will be going off all night on Charles something, wherever the boulevard is up in Anderson County. Charles Sevier. I don't know what that road is.
It's Charles Sevier. We've got Caleb back. Sorry about that, Caleb.
Caleb, you there? We do apologize for that. It's only week 11 here.
Fat
so
fingers over there.
It's something. So we just, the excitement when you call in, we just can't handle it, I guess, at times.
I always come in here with good news. Seems like every time I call, it's about a loss for whatever county school we're covering.
That's right. How big was that lead for Anderson County in the first half?
They didn't have a lead.
I'm sorry. I meant Alcoa.
Oh, they led by double digits and had chances to pull away and just didn't. They went into halftime leading 21-14, and they were up 21-7 with 1:43 left, but gave up a 61-yard bomb for a touchdown after that. So Anderson County's offense was really boom or bust. They weren't sustaining super long drives on Alcoa, but man, it was just the Jason Thompson show. Alcoa couldn't find an answer, and I've seen a lot of Alcoa football growing up in East Tennessee, and Nick said it as well. Like, that's probably the first time I've ever seen Alcoa out physicaled like that against a team that's in their region. First region loss since 2011 when they lost to CAK to end the year in that season. They ended up losing in the semis that year in the playoffs as well. Nick said that was a team that was full of injuries, but not a good sign. First year in 4A, some growing pains, but the game Alcoa definitely could have won and felt like it let slip away.
Yeah, first region loss in 14 years. Completely flips the playoffs in 4A upside down a little bit. The way I figure it, Alcoa is going to have a potential second-round matchup now with Upperman. If I figured that right.
Nice little 2-hour road trip to Middle Tennessee. Thanks, I'm pretty sure in particular to the pod systems they're doing now, which that's a whole different subject. But
I love it. I love it.
Really?
Looking at it
let
tonight,
teams who are never in the playoffs and are tired of losing to the same teams vote on that, and then you end up screwing over teams who've always hosted and now have to drive 2 or 3 hours in Middle Tennessee.
Well,
if Maryville didn't win their region, they'd be headed to Nashville in the second round.
Yeah, well,
it just kind of takes the fun out of it for people who like seeing local teams play.
Yeah, it's looking like Riverdale is a possibility to come to Maryville next weekend. Another one that is pretty funny, not for me because I'm not driving it, but Blackman could potentially drive to Dobbins-Bennett next week. That's 5 hours in the second round.
It's fun when you're playing around with other people's money.
That's what we do right here. We play with other people's money.
Hey, a lot of coaches are sitting at home right now who voted yes on that prop, and I know a lot of coaches who are in the playoffs that voted no are not pleased to be playing those games. It does make fun matchups, but you're going to have, almost 2-hour drives every night.
Well, look at it this way. You're going to eat somewhere next week in Upperman that you would never eat otherwise.
Yeah,
if you're going
I'm going to Upperman.
Man.
Well, that's in 2 weeks. I'll be at Maryville next week to watch them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what
I think Westridge's season is probably who they'll take a beating on. But, I don't think I'll be going to Upperman. At that point, I might as well go to Nashville, spend the weekend, maybe hit Broadway.
It is popping at all times.
You got to win your side of the state by traversing the entire state. Because if they beat Upperman, they'd go to Elizabeth in the next week. So you go 2 hours west, followed up by 2 hours northeast. And then after that, you'd have to come right back up to Anderson County.
I hadn't got that far in advance. I didn't realize it was going to be going to Elizabeth. And
at some point, Greenville comes into that picture, but I don't know where or how that would work.
Who?
Greenville would have to be in that picture somewhere. And I couldn't figure out where they'd come in.
Yeah, so they're at the very top, so they're going to have to go through Anderson County. They're going to host Anderson County in the third round. So they're showing them the region one seed. So they would be the home team in round 3 against Anderson County, and then would host Alcoa if they make it to the fourth round.
It's a nice little reward for Anderson County winning tonight.
It is. How long do we know how long they've got this set in stone? Like, was this like a 3-year deal, or they could change it after one if it went haywire?
I don't know. They don't seem very concerned with travel distances for anything because the new districts are almost an hour and a half each side.
You've got a lot of hate in your heart tonight about this playoff system, I feel like.
Well, I didn't like it from the jump just because I'm not a big fan of, the travel because it doesn't make any sense to me. The whole point of the playoffs is, your fans travel. You get to play a new team that's not really, you don't play often, but it's close. And now you're making it, 2 hours away. And it's a pod system. So it's like all rotating and confusing. And I haven't been a big fan, especially after talking to some coaches at the media day about how like the decision actually went down, where I think it was like barely over 50% of coaches approved it. So they pushed it through. And then if you break down the votes, which I don't think are public, obviously, but a lot of the schools that were voting yes are the ones that lose to the same teams every year or don't make the playoffs at all. So it doesn't affect them.
Yep.
But no, it will make fun matchups if you like driving 2 hours. And every game's on TV at this point, so, that's always good. But yeah, this was one I did not expect at Anderson County.
Any other upsets throughout the year stand out to this one? A couple.
Not that come to mind. The first game that came to mind, it might just be recency bias, was Jeff County and Powell. But
we've had a couple of people say
that doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, we've had a couple people say Grace Christian and Sevier County, but I feel like this one's bigger than that.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's a region game too, and I feel like Sevier County and Grace was a fun game that kind of went back and forth and was a shootout. This was ugly football, just pounding the rock and really who was going to outwill the other team. And you worry now from an Alcoa standpoint and Anderson County, like both teams had probably 4 or 5 guys who went out and didn't walk off the field on their own power.
True.
And in 4A, 4 or 5 guys swings a lot. Like Alcoa was out Jam Albihanya tonight because he had hand surgery. So they were playing both of their wide receivers at safety. Well, those guys haven't played safety together all year because they had a 6'6" dude with his arms that go down to his knees playing safety. They didn't need them. And you saw that come out today when they get busted for a 99-yard touchdown, which first time I've ever seen a 99-yard passing touchdown, 16th in TSSAA history. So you see those things come out, especially in 4A ball where, you lose 1 or 2 guys, all of a sudden your team looks a lot different. I think you saw it tonight with a couple of injuries. I don't think injuries are an excuse, but you saw that with some injuries. And it really just wasn't the football Alcoa has played this year. And I wonder how much plays into the fact that they haven't played a team they haven't had a close game in 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Since Maryville. And it's not their fault. Every team they've played is terrible.
Yep.
Who knew Beard, whenever Alcoa put West on the schedule, that was like a great game, and it wasn't. And then 4A is supposed to be a stout region, and they didn't have any trouble with it at all. So until tonight, it's interesting. I don't know what it'll look like, how they'll bounce back. I think they'll rebound, but again, this is not a team that's had to travel to the playoffs at all in 14 years.
Yep.
And now you're asking them to drive 2 hours to play a team that you probably haven't encountered. I can't think of a local game Upperman's played in football. I know they play basketball tournaments over here, but has Upperman played a football game in East Tennessee in recent history?
They might be playing one next year because they beat Farragut this year at Upperman. So I don't think they played last year. So next year, if they play at Farragut, it'll be the first time in a while.
While we're on Upperman, though, elite mascot.
Are they the Bees? No. Yeah, the Bees. Yep.
Nobody else is the Bees.
Not many of them. You've got some Yellow Jackets, but you don't just have some plain old Bees.
Now, do they still have that kid that played basketball on the football team? The one that was breaking all the records last year?
Ty Cobb?
Or is he gone? Yeah.
No, he's still there, brother. He's a junior. He just committed to Liberty University the other day, the Flames.
And he played football too, right?
I hope not. I want him on basketball floor. I've seen him in Murfreesboro the last 2 years, and he's
a dog.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll be curious to see what. It's not a foregone conclusion, and they still have a game to play next week.
That's right.
I think they play Cherokee, which you know,
Hey, I don't know anything about them.
I'll leave that there.
Like their casino, but that's about it.
Hey, Caleb, I got a question for you. In the past,
What's up?
Tim has been big on having favorite stadiums that he likes to travel to. In the upcoming playoffs, is there any particular matchup or stadium that you're looking forward to possibly getting to go see?
Not really. I mean, y'all heard my thoughts on the traveling.
Hell, if it's more than 10 minutes away, he ain't looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, what the heck? No, I think, you know, for clarity's sake, an hour and a half is a pretty long way to drive, and the pod system guarantees a game more than that. Also, while we're on the topic, look at 2A, some of the places they'd have to go. You're talking 4-hour road trips, because even if you play Region 1 versus Region 2, 2A in East Tennessee, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. But no, favorite stadiums, Anderson County, I really, really like. Always super hospitable over here. One thing I'm not a fan of that they have this year that I don't remember in previous years is a ton of people on the sideline, like parents, that are, you know, 10 to 15 feet away from referees and players just yelling. And I don't remember that in recent memory. But I love Anderson County. Oak Ridge is another place I love to go. Easy to cover a game there. They help you out. That's all off the top of my head for stadiums I enjoy.
Yeah, 2A is kind of spread out. You've got me looking at that bracket now. You've got second round, potentially Smith County or Bledsoe County going to Happy Valley. That's a good 4 hours.
I told you. You think those 2A coaches were voting for a pod system?
Hell no. No. All right, before you get out of here, Caleb, you think there's any chance that we could get Josh to call us on his night off? Because I know he didn't go to the game. Or is he just sitting back eating Kit Kats already?
I don't know. He was sending me – he's like the stats and research guy tonight. He was sending me everything the broadcast, some of the stats the broadcast was pulling up. He was looking up the last region loss. I'll shoot him a text, see if he'll call in. Right now he's patiently awaiting my story, and I'm getting my feet warm in the car because it was cold outside. So he'll be waiting.
Yeah, we've discussed that weather. It's getting cold out there. All right, Caleb.
It's rough.
Let us know.
I'll shoot him a text.
Buddy, we don't need to pressure him any more than we already have. I feel like we bullied the boy into going to a Waffle House. So
yeah, we scarred him for life apparently.
Yeah, I still don't know who orders sausage at a Waffle House. Where can we find your writings at every day?
Josh just texted me, by the way, and said he's listening. So no excuse if he doesn't call.
Hey, that makes me proud that he's didn't have a game. I think I texted him earlier. But that is just listening. It makes my heart grow a little bit.
I'm just happy he's put past the Waffle House beef to tune into the show and support some hardworking fellas over here.
That's right. That's all. We just grinding. We 24/7 just grinding. So
yeah. So Caleb Gyro 16 on Twitter. All of our stuff is at the Daily Times. I did photos yesterday from Maryville Oak Ridge. Josh had a pretty cool story from that one. And then I'll have a story tonight about Alcoa losing and try to put as many Halloween puns in the story as I can.
We can't wait to read it.
Awesome. Yep. But I'm sure I'll call you guys again next week.
We got 3 more weeks left here, so yeah, keep on calling, brother.
Hey, and it'll be home games. No 4-hour road trips.
What a blessing. Stay blessed, brother.
Have a good one, fellas.
All right. Beaver, send us to break.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. This is going to be the last segment of the night. We're going to head to the house at about 11 o'clock. We've got a caller, I do believe, as Beaver's pointing at the phone. So put this person on through, Beaver.
Yeah, you ought to feel bad. You pressured this guy into calling tonight.
I ain't pressured nobody into anything.
Go ahead, Josh.
I think he's going to call anyway, but whatever.
Don't say pressure. Yeah, come on. No, I'm happy to. I was listening earlier. I had a good Friday night off for watching the game. I had a good time tonight.
What game did you? I'm assuming Alcoa Ernst Kane was on the rivalry Friday night game.
Yeah. That was the first time that I've gotten to. I mean, maybe I've had a Thursday game. Maybe I've watched a Thursday game earlier this year, but I mean, certainly on a Friday, that's the first time all year I've just, got to enjoy the broadcast, on TV. And I'll say they do a great job. I mean, that was entertaining and well produced and everything. That was a fun game. And then, of course, it's the game of the freaking year. I mean, come on. So that was just a fun night.
Yeah, wild. I'm not sure. I guess I didn't even think about it being on the rivalry game. We could have watched it on YouTube here. But I had the Diamond Clear games on, which now I wish we had that on just to see the finish. Pretty wild stuff up there. Yeah, upset of the year, you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt. With Alcoa's history, I mean, and the not even just the 9 wins in a row this year, but I mean, Caleb said the number and I found it for him. But I mean, 71 wins in a row in the region, 71 wins in a row. I mean, how many teams in this, since 2000 haven't even won 71 games,
That's right.
in the last 25 years, and they won 71 in a row in the region. I mean, back for 14-year streak. So yeah, but I mean, hats off to Anderson County. I mean, that quarterback coming back from injury, freshman out there. I mean, he might not even been born the last time Alcoa had lost a region game. If he's 14 years old, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but for a freshman quarterback to do that, and obviously Thompson, the running back, I mean, that was just a terrific effort by Anderson County. I mean, and you mentioned the finish, man. I mean, he catches it on the sideline and they're waving the clock on and they don't get to spike it in time. I mean, what a finish. And that would have been a long field goal. I don't know if they make that, but what a finish.
Like, were they getting close up to the line to spike it, or was they still just trying to get the ball?
Yeah. So it was like a 4th and 1 on the play before, and there was maybe 11 seconds left. Alcoa didn't have any timeouts. So they throw it on the sideline, get the first down. It's, maybe 15 yards or so, but they're still only about the 35 to 40 in Anderson County territory. So it's going to be a long field goal. So they catch it. And the receiver doesn't get out of bounds. So, well, he didn't get out of bounds, but the clock stopped long enough for them to move the chains on the first down. But after they start running it, so there's maybe 3 seconds left at that point. And so they're trying to get the ball back to referees and everything, and they didn't get the time off to clock it. So, I mean, Manu clocks the ball right as it expires. the refs don't call it, I mean, it's the game over at that point. So, I mean, it came down like one more second, and maybe Alcoa has a second left on the clock to try a 50-yard field goal to win it. But, yeah, it was that close.
Definitely putting them at a disadvantage, as Caleb was giving his opinion on this travel schedule now for Alcoa, what they have to go through. Obviously at home next week, then week 2, possibly going to the other side of Cookeville, week 3 going to Elizabethton, week 4 maybe going back to Anderson County.
Yeah.
What about last night? That's the one we really haven't talked about last night, or talked about yet tonight. Maryville just blanking Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that one was going to be a really close game too. I mean, I had Maryville about 10 points, maybe two touchdowns. But I mean, that was just a defensive performance, standout performance by the Rebels. I mean, I will say Oak Ridge was feeding Malik Howard early in that game. He had their first 2 plays, first down there across midfield. And then, Oak Ridge throws it, receiver catches across the middle of the field, and Maryville comes up and hits the guy, knocks the ball loose. Maryville recovers the fumble, goes down and scores. And that was it. And Oak Ridge had like three yards for the rest of the quarter, almost the rest of the half. I mean, their offense did nothing after that. They had 3 good plays and then absolutely nothing the rest of the way. So, yeah, I was shocked to see that, because Oak Ridge has the playmakers, had obviously Howard, D1 guy, the quarterback, got some offers and all. And Maryville, they have all right players on their defense, but no standouts for sure. And they just totally silenced Oak Ridge. So that was. I don't know if that was a bigger shock than tonight. I was going to say that was the biggest shock of the year, and then the Alcoa game happens. But yeah, I was so surprised to see just how easily Maryville. I mean, that was supposed to be for a region title game, and Maryville just roll over that one like nothing. So yeah, that one was pretty surprising too.
Sets them up very well. Now, as I was looking at the playoff scenarios, they may have Blackman come in. No, Riverdale from Murfreesboro come into Maryville next week, so that's a 3-hour trip for a team in the second round. I mean, looking at it now, I mean, going on the road in the second round is not going to be easy for these teams, just because of the travel.
Yeah, again, I didn't know Caleb felt so strongly about it. Listening to him right before that, but
yeah,
I mean, he's got a point. Like it's not going to be easy for all these teams.
Sounds like a man that wants to start getting paid mileage.
He already is paid mileage. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Yeah.
No, that's but look, it's gonna. I guess in one sense you're gonna weed out all the bad teams, and I feel like that was already kind of happening in a sense. But only the best teams are gonna be able to go and survive a road trip like that. But yeah, it's gonna make. I mean, you got Riverdale, Lebanon coming up to Maryville round 2. Then Maryville's gonna have to go on the road in the quarterfinals. Blackman maybe or Dobbins Bennett, depending on how that all shakes out at the top, and then presumably Oakland coming back to Maryville in the semis. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of long road trips.
Yeah, definitely. Which I mean, 6A, it's still long road trips, but these 6A teams can afford it. It's these 1 and 2A teams that having to go 3 and 4 hours on a bus. And I mean, these teams, they don't have the money that these 5 and 6A teams do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the 2A bracket because we have Eagleton that made the playoff. And they played last night. They beat Oneida, so they won the region. And this is only their 3rd year, so that's the first ever region championship for Eagleton. And they're hosting Cumberland Gap in the first round. So that's already a long road trip, and that should be, a rollover for Eagleton. And then they got to host, and I'll be honest, 2 teams I've never even heard of before, Cannon County or Grundy County.
I've been to Grundy County. I wrote it.
And I've got no idea where either of those are, but they sound far away.
Yeah, they're southern Middle Tennessee. Grundy County, you kind of go down to Chattanooga and go up on the mountain and go over it. Grundy County got some of the best pinto beans and cornbread at the concession stand I've ever had in my life. That was about 25 years ago. So. Oh,
okay. Nice. Yeah. I mean, and then again, if Eagleton makes that far, they're going to Happy Valley for the quarterfinals, and that's not an easy road trip either.
Nope.
Happy Valley may still be undefeated at that point. So yeah, I mean, and Eagleton small school, brand new program. So like you were saying, I mean, road trip's not easy for a new team.
No. Them buses are not cheap. So, anything else going on? Volleyball state championship. So they came and gone now?
Yep. Volleyball wrapped up. The soccer state championships, I think, were this week, but we didn't have anybody there. I will I will say next week, I'm not on football duty because the cross-country state championships are next week. And speaking of long road trips, that's in Memphis this year. Now, I have some family out in West Tennessee, so it makes it a little easier for me. So I was kind of the ideal choice. And I'll send Caleb to Maryville. I don't need to see Maryville roll over West Ridge.
Right.
I've seen enough of that already this year.
Yeah, I'd
But,
rather have
I'll
some
be
barbecue.
Yeah, so I'll be making the trip to Memphis next week for cross country.
Who do you have for cross country out there? Maryville or?
Oh yeah,
Heritage,
Maryville's
William
got
Blunt?
a couple teams there. Alcoa's got a couple teams there. Heritage, William Blunt. Yeah, so we got a lot of people down there for cross country.
All right, well, brother, you got the Vols tomorrow.
I'm doing Maryville College tomorrow. They're playing who are they playing? Rhodes. It's the winless team in the conference, so it should be an easy pancake win. Maryville's got 2 good games coming up after that, but yeah, they got to take care of a conference game tomorrow. Caleb's actually taking some photos for me tomorrow morning, and then gonna head over to UT for Oklahoma. So
he always gets the good jobs.
He's busy.
I'm sure he was at the exhibition Sunday night too, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was there.
He boy don't live.
Never stops working.
He's just grinding. He ain't got time to trick or treat.
Nope.
All right, Josh, let us know where we can find your stuff at.
Yes, sir. At Josh_Lane20 on Twitter, and all of our work at the Maryville Daily Times.
All right, Josh, be careful in Memphis next week. Well, we got a question. Hold on, we got a
Before
question.
you get out of there, before you get out of here, we got to ask you the same thing we've been talking about all night. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite Halloween candy. I am partial to like fruit candy, so like the first thing that came to mind was Skittles. And then they made like a spin-off, like the Skittles gummies. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. They are fantastic. So I would say one of those two. I do love some Skittles.
You're the first person tonight who's gone in that direction. I like it. Good call, man. Good call.
Yeah, I'm not huge on chocolate. I can do a little chocolate, but I can crush some Skittles. So
Skittles hurt my teeth. I'd rather have a Reese's cup. I'm afraid. I don't know. Something about Skittles. I mean, they're all right, but not my favorite.
Oh, they're sugary. There's no doubt about that.
All right, Josh, be careful in Memphis.
Sounds good.
Don't get shot, brother.
You're not the first person to say that.
I'm hoping they have the cross country and where are they having it at?
It's at a park. It's at like a.
Well, that don't mean much. I mean,
yeah, I'm trying to think of the wording that they use to describe it. It's at like an urban park, like a big running facility. It's supposed to be in a nice part of town or something. So we'll see.
There's a nice part of that town?
Nicer, maybe.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Nice.
brother. Have fun. We will not talk to you next Friday then. So see you the Friday after.
Yeah, I have Caleb give the marathon for it. So well, sounds good. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
All right, man. See you.
Awesome. Take care.
Josh Lane of the Maryville Daily Times, doing it all over in Blount County. Beaver, week 11's, well, the 11th week of the season for high school football has came and gone. Playoffs next week. We'll be here again next week. Probably go through round 3 this year. It's been fun, but it's time to go home. Beaver, any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I asked you the same question I asked Caleb earlier. Is there any, looking through it, since you guys have had the first chance to really look through the playoffs here, are there any potential matchups or places that you think would be very interesting?
I don't think there's a lot of especially in the 1 and 4 games, you got to find some 2 versus 3 matchups. Bradley Central, Jefferson County in 6A probably a pretty tight game. But just have to see. Other than that, I mean, just scrolling through it, Elizabeth and Gibbs, both of them 8-2. Elizabeth and at home, though, so that it should take care of business. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we back here next Friday night.
All right. And then lastly, what's your pick for tomorrow for the Vols?
Vols, I would say you're going to win 33-24.
Wow. That's a bigger spread than I expected from you.
So, yeah,
Nice.
I think they'll win. I think they play pretty good at home. Crowd's going to be into it. So that's it for us. Join us again next Friday night for the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Beaver, send us off.
Miami Dolphins 2-7 this NFL season parted ways with general manager Chris Greer. As for the NBA Finals, Chicago's 5-0 after beating the Knicks 135-125. Memphis leads the Lakers 71-61 early third quarter. I'm Steve DeSager.
Sweet, innocent Jason.